Starting at center, a 5'9" junior from Honolulu, Oahu, number 7, Taylor Higgins. And middle hitter, a 6'1" senior from Shoreline, Washington, number 9, Olivia McGill. And outside hitter, a 6' senior from Hilo, Hawaii, number 10, Tai Manu Olivao. And outside hitter, a 6'2" sophomore from Riverside, California, number 11, Kalei Greeley. On the opposite side, a 6'4" junior from Honolulu, Oahu, number 14, Nikki Taylor. At libero, a 5'8" sophomore from Kalihi, Oahu, number 15, Savannah Kahakai. And at middle hitter, a 6'3" sophomore from British Columbia, number 19, Emily Meglio. Assistant coach is Robin Amo Santos. Associate coach is Jeff Hall. And the head coach for your Hawaii Rainbow Wahine is Dave Shoji.
You're watching OC Sports, your home for University of Hawaii sports.
Of the 2015 volleyball season saw Hawaii pushed by Idaho, with the Rainbow Wahine having to rally in sets 2 and 3 to capture a sweep victory. Night 2 was even more troublesome as Wichita State put a scare into the Wahine, taking the initial set before bowing out in 4. Today, the 1-1 Beavers of Oregon State and the 2-0 University of Hawaii Rainbow Wahine face off in the final match of the Chevron Rainbow Wahine Invitational. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the Stan Sheriff Center. The Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Oregon State at 1-1, Hawaii at 2-0. Final match of the Chevron Rainbow Wahine Invitational, the 11th year of this tournament. The Rainbow Wahine have won 8 of the previous 10 titles, and it is Oregon State sending it into play to get things started. Nikki Taylor coming off a career-high 25-kill performance last night against Wichita State. Got that one dug up, and Hawaii then decides to go to the middle, and Olivia McGill, who also had a phenomenal match last night in that 4-set win for Hawaii. 17 kills for her, gets her first on this Sunday.
Not surprising to see Taylor get the first set, not surprising to see McGill get the second set.
They were quite the 1-2 punch last night. Taylor Higgins with the serve. Left side of the set goes to Caitlin Driscoll, and she's roof. McGill standing next to Nikki Taylor, and Hawaii off to a good start here.
It's a pretty solid block. Taylor at 6'4", McGill at 6'1".
Higgins with the high toss, down the line, a good serve. They go middle set to Marshall. Taylor couldn't put it down as it was rising above the net, and then the triple block in full effect, stuffing Leela Toner's attempt, and Hawaii off to a 3-0 start.
This is something Hawaii has done better and better each night, and that have their wing blockers come in and help the middle on plays like that where they can.
3 serving 0 here to start this opening set. Left side, it's Driscoll through the block. There was a touch, though, and Higgins able to pop it up. Here's Taylor getting the swing. Off the block and out. Make it a 4 spot for the Wahine.
Good solid touch on the block. Kahakai with a nice set in the last play, and Taylor delivering as she did all night last night. 25 kills.
Overpass punched back into play, and then just finding the open floor. was Oregon State. So one serving four, and it'll be Mary Kate Marshall. Pac-12 Freshman of the Year last season with the serve. Nikki Taylor from the outside position. Was there a touch? No touch that was seen by the officiating crew. It goes long and a point for the Beavers. Tonight's officials, Wayne Lee up top of the ladder, Ernie Ho downstairs, Ryan Scudder, Wes Kawachi are the line judges. Scramble play, and Kahakai dives just to get it back over the net. Now right side, the set goes to Toner, dug up by Kahakai. It'll go down as a kill, so 4 straight points for Hawaii, make it a 3-0 run in response by the Beavers.
And the Beavers pride themselves in serving the ball tough, and right now they're picking on Savannah Kahakai. She had some trouble on night number 1. Their time on Olival took that pass.
Taylor takes the set, couldn't put it down. It'll be sent Hawaii's way. With the advantage, middle set McGill, and she knows what to do with it. There was so much made about that matchup in the middle last night. Abby Lehman for Wichita State and Olivia McGill for Hawaii. And McGill matched the production of the All-American Lehman.
They went shot for shot last night, didn't they? It was great to watch. Great entertainment.
Middle set, that's Jessie Seumalo getting blocked by McGill, who has left her imprint already on this opening set.
I talked to Olivia before the match, and she said, you know, I'm not pleased with how my blocking has gone so far. Night number 1, I was not very good. Night number 2 got a little better. I'm sure she wants an even better performance tonight.
6 serving 3, Mano Olival with the serve. Right side set goes to Driscoll, and she's able to plug it through the block and down. You know, we saw after that last roof by McGill, the flash of a smile, and that was something she talked about in the post-game show last night. She said, I haven't really been smiling all that much. My teammates are telling me I should. My coaches are telling me I should. She cracked one right there. It's 4 serving 6 here in this opening set. There's another reason to smile for Olivia McGill. She has started this match on fire and will now head to the bench as Emily Maglio rotates into the front row.
How about 3 kills and 3 rotations across the front? Not bad.
Not to mention 3 blocks in those 3 rotations. Quick middle set, and that's Haley Clark sending it long, and that's another point for Hawaii. No touch up front. 8 serving 4 here in the first.
And Haley Clark going over the block and just out.
Kahakai the serve. Toner popped it straight up, and now she gets a swing from off the net. Kahakai the dig. Right side set goes to Nikki Taylor. Saved by Marshall. Now right side, that's Driscoll. Right there is Mano Olival. Higgins tracks down the set. To Kalei Greeley off the block. Diving save. Toner joust at the net. Taylor controls it for Hawaii. It's going to be a Rainbow Wahine point, though, because of an Oregon State violation.
Yeah, I think the Backlund, the setter, is a back row player. She went up above the height of the net and tried to set that ball. It turned into an illegal attack as Hawaii put a block on it.
Largest lead of this opening set for Hawaii, 9 serving 4. Step out, and that was easy pickings for Haley Clark. Front row for the Rainbow Wahine completely thrown off there.
That was a well-executed step-out maneuver. What a set by Backlund, giving Haley Clark all kinds of room on the outside. No block up at all, I don't think.
Backlund, a junior. It's been her first 2 seasons at Florida. She's got some talent at the center position, no doubt about that. Taylor has to just send a freebie over to the Beavers side. And now it'll be Toner off the block and out. Lila Toner, a junior from Istanbul, Turkey. Averaging 2.3 kills per set through the first 2 nights of this Invitational.
Playing the Turkish youth national team, was the captain of that team. Actually got a gold medal one year in the European Youth Championships.
Overpass, and Clark able to hammer it down. You always say, Chris, just as good as an ace if you can, off your serve, prompt one of those overpasses, and that's what Caitlin Driscoll did there. Now 7 serving 9.
Caitlin Driscoll hits the ball as hard as any player on Oregon State's team.
Kahakai, another pass tight to the net. And it's going to be a point for Oregon State as Taylor Higgins commits the same violation. According to the officiating crew, as what we saw a few moments earlier. 1-point game. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match, Chris.
For Oregon State, Jekyll or high. Night 1, they played Wichita State. They did not bring their A game and got blown out. Night 2, they beat Idaho in 75 minutes and were very efficient. And for Hawaii, got gas left in the tank. Well, they had a long, tough four-setter last night. We'll see how much energy they have tonight.
And Emily Maglio trying to two-hand that service reception. It's an ace, and Oregon State knotting things up at 9. First time this one's been tied.
We might even see Dave Shoji go to the bench a little bit more tonight, given how much time, how much energy was taken up by most of the starters last night.
Kalei Greeley able to pound one down. Hawaii back up 1. Yeah, and conversely speaking, against Idaho last night, Oregon State able to sort of empty the bench. 16 players saw action in that one, so a lot of rest for the starters in preparation of this Sunday evening match. Taylor pumps it long. We're tied again.
Also, you got to talk about the emotions. Oregon State coming off the emotions of a great win against Idaho. Hawaii coming off emotionally drained after last night's barn burner against Wichita State.
Leila Toner with a high toss, powerful serve, overpass, and the joust at the net is won by Mary-Kate Marshall. We've seen that already nearly a handful of times. The tough serving of Oregon State forcing questionable passes.
3 of the last 5 passes have been overpasses or too tight to the net for Taylor Higgins to handle.
So the freshman McKenna Granado comes in for Taimanu Olivao. Comes up with the pass there. Driscoll from the back row for Oregon State, dug up by Taylor. Pushed over by Higgins. And that time, the ad-libbing skills of Taylor Higgins helped get Hawaii the point.
Once again, the passing very, very tight to the net. I really think it would behoove the passers right now to just aim for the 4-foot line instead of aiming for the 2-foot line. Bring it off the net. Maybe you give up a little middle attacking, but you're going to gain, a lot more chances in getting at least a free swing.
Step out, that's Clark. Maglio there. She gets the set in the middle, off the high hands, diving save Toner. Marshall plugs it through, but right there is Taylor. Set high and away to Manu Olivao. Off the fingertips, Toner digs it up. Oregon State in transition, Toner from the back row. Saved by Kahakai, so Higgins goes back send to Taylor, and she puts it down.
Well, Oregon State had a good solid block up there from Mary-Kate Marshall and Clark. But Nikki Taylor loves to hit that line. She caught the line blocker. Watch for Oregon State to move that block over and force Nikki Taylor to hit cross court. That's my prediction.
Served by Greeley, passed by Toner. The middle set goes to Clark. Greeley sniffs it out. Pushed over on the second touch by Higgins. Driscoll now from behind the line, and Manu Olivao says no, not this time.
Solid block by Manu Olivao. Very disciplined on that left side.
Taimanu Olivao playing here in this Sunday match. Previously did not, out of respect for her faith, a member of the LDS Church. Left side set goes to Marshall. She goes off the hands and down for an Oregon State point. And we talked about it a little bit last night, Chris, but the pressure that must have been on Taimanu Olivao, this young woman having to deal with the decision of whether or not to play on Sundays. I give the coaching staff, I give her teammates a lot of credit for just being brave enough to go through that process. Now that she's out there, though, you said this could energize the rest of the team.
I really think it could. And I think that, I think she probably got some great counseling from church elders as well.
Taylor off the fingertips. Is able to find it for a kill. 14-12 in favor of Hawaii.
Here comes the serving machine, Claire Marie Anderson. I think she had 20 in a row at one point without a miss. Maybe she's still riding that streak. She's just been steady.
You're taking a chance here. See, she's too good for even your Bachi. As Higgins comes up with the roof.
Visions of Robin Amos Santos, Kanoe Kamanau, all those small centers on the outside coming up with the big blocks.
Hey,
Net cam caught it perfectly. Taylor Higgins, who was third on the team in blocks last year from the center position. Middle set to McGill. Good dig there by Darby Reeder. Left side set goes to Marshall. McGill got a touch. Higgins will set up. Ty on the outside through the block. Saved by Driscoll. Can somebody get it over for Oregon State? Barely. Now Taylor from the back row is blocked and roof. Hawaii had a huge advantage there, but couldn't convert.
They had a couple of different swings there where they could have ended that rally. Jessie Seumalo would have none of it, though. She's number 0 there. She's got a brother who used to play for 4 years on football for Oregon State, and another brother who's playing now.
Yeah, she is the daughter of Joe Seumalo, former all-WAC defensive lineman for the University of Hawaii, who was a D-line coach at Oregon State for several years. Just took over that same position on the UNLV football coaching staff as Mary Kate Marshall pumps it down. So yes, a very athletic family with strong ties to the islands, the Seumalos. Dana Backlund to serve, and the unorthodox approach.
Takes that run up to the right side, serves area 1-to-1. Very effective most of the time, but she's giving the signals.
16 serving 14 here in the first.
She's outside now.
Taylor Higgins got Hawaii off to a great start in this first set. They scored the first 4 points. But right there, her service rotation has ended quickly thanks to Mary Kate Marshall, 6'1" sophomore from Coppell, Texas. Had 540 kills last year as a freshman. That set the school freshman record. And that also ranked 4th in program history for a single season. McGill took something off and gets the point.
Olivia McGill continuing her hot hand. She's got 3 blocks already. And she's got 4 kills in 5 tries, hitting a mere 800.
Yeah, coming into this match hitting 408 over the first 2 nights of the season. Gets the first touch there on the dink. Now Greeley from the outside. Nice dig by Marshall. Right side, it's Driscoll through the block, saved by Kahakai. Well done. Now Taylor winds up and uncorks one.
Well, Oregon State invited her to hit cross court. They did not want to have her hit line, her favorite shot. She goes cross court, but brings so much heat, it's undiggable.
Timeout taken by the Beavers. Hawaii up 3 in the first.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii.
Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Hawaii up 3 here in the opening set. Final night of the Chevron Rainbow Wahine Invitational. And Tai Manu Olivao serving for Hawaii. Left side set goes to Toner. Took something off, and Greeley sniffs it out. Then backtracks to get into position to take the swing, and then gets the kill. Calais Greeley had to cover a lot of ground there. Higgins was able to still find her.
Nice footwork by Calais. Normally she hits that shot cross court to area 5. Perfect. Instead, I think she's working more and more and hitting that line and banging it high and hard. Been much more effective.
Coming into this match hitting 302 through the first 2 nights of the season. As Manu Olivao sends it into the twine. Dave Shoji in the game on portion of the broadcast, commenting on Calais Greeley and how mesmerizing it was to have a freshman hit for the percentage that she did last season, and she's continued that on here in her sophomore campaign in this opening weekend. Served by Reeder, past Greeley. Right side set, it's Taylor. The block was up late, and they paid the price. But Haley Clark looked like she may have taken that one off the top of the dome. 5th kill already for Nikki Taylor. Again, last night a career-high 25 kills on 50 swings. What do you think about the work she put in last night?
Well, I hope she got an ice bath. Or at least packed her shoulder in ice.
Left side is Toner, and the connection wasn't there. Freebie for Hawaii. They're up a 5 spot.
Miscommunication there between setter and outside hitter, and Terry Leskevich has seen enough. He's going to call timeout.
Timeout taken. Getting back to Nikki Taylor, though, is that kind of workload going to be okay on a regular basis, or is that something that Hawaii should try to steer clear of?
It's a good question. You know, I think that if they rely too much on Nikki for 50 swings a night, what's going to happen is teams are just going to load up on her, and she'll get 2 blockers all night long. You know, the best offense normally is one that has good distribution to the setter, to the different hitters, but your better hitter's going to get more sets. That's okay, but not an inordinate amount of sets. Last night, I thought, was an inordinate amount of sets to Nikki Taylor.
Let's take a look at tonight's Jack Fact. Hello, old friend. Oregon State coach Terry Liskevich and Hawaii coach Dave Shoji have faced each other 21 times in collegiate competition. 20 of those contests were Pacific versus Hawaii matches from 1976 to 1984. And in fact, there was a moment prior to the match when Liskevich walked over to the Hawaii side, put his arm around Dave Shoji and said, "It's like old times, my friend." Let's check in with Ryan Kaleasuji. Ryan.
Thanks, Kunal. Well, during the timeout, Robin Amos Santos taking time to talk to Taylor Higgins as well as the middle blockers. She wants a connection better despite Olivia McGill's success. She's continued to stress the importance of setting the middle and having them work around Oregon State's block. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Crowd quiets as Savannah Kahakai slaps it over the net. Leela Toner winds up. Oh, and she puts a hurting on that one. Point for Oregon State.
Leela Toner, been playing volleyball since she was 8 years old. Lived in the gym in Istanbul, Turkey.
Driscoll with the serve. Nice pass by Granado. That sets up Taylor. It's like clockwork. Nikki Taylor now with 6 kills on 13 swings, hitting .308, and she retreats back to serve.
Look at right where she left off last night.
Rachel Buhner there, number 7 in your screen, coming in for Oregon State. And quickly, Taylor trying to pick on her. She comes through with the pass. Taylor able to dig up the Marshall swing. Scramble play by Oregon State. Now a push of war above the net, and it's won by Taylor Higgins. Taylor Higgins, you talk about the term disproportionate. She wins a disproportionate amount of those duels above the twine, even though Liskevich debating exactly where that one landed. And he's pretty vehement that it should have been an Oregon State point. Last touch out of bounds by Higgins, but the official saying that it may have gone off the block and out. One-hand diving save, Granado. Taylor from the floor had to swing, was blocked and roofed. Not much she could do as a back row player. She could not lift herself off with a Terraflex. And so the block was there, but how about Granado?
Granado keeping the ball up, popping it up, and Nikki Taylor back row attack into the set was inside the 3-meter line, so she couldn't jump, as you said.
Toner with the serve. Kahakai. Stiff pass. Taylor from the back row. Dug up. It's Marshall. Took something off. Right there's Kahakai. Quick middle set to Maglio off the block. Now outside Marshall again. Blocked by Higgins. Kept alive by Reeder. Back row Toner. The dink snipped out by Higgins. So Kahakai sets up Greeley. Great exchange in the back row by Oregon State to keep it going. Now Maglio from the middle.
Leela Toner with a big dig for Oregon State, but they could not convert on the transition. Hawaii could with the set to Maglio. And sophomore from British Columbia, former hockey player. Turned volleyball player. Had a great night last night. 6 kills, 6 blocks. Really coming into her own. And a big smile to boot.
Hit .545 for the match, and in the last couple of sets seemed to touch just about every ball that came across the net. That helped Hawaii right the ship when it came to the passing game, leading to that 4-set victory. Hawaii on aloha ball here in the first. Oregon State brings in Kayla Ellis, the freshman from Pocatello, Idaho, out of Century High School. with the serve, see if she can make a run. Higgins sets up Mano Olival. The block wasn't up, but it's dug up anyway by Buhner. Now left side, Marshall finds the deep alley. Point for Oregon State. First set not over just yet.
Dave Shoji has one timeout left. He's hovering on game ball here.
He's going to bring Annie Mitchum in, Chris, in place of Emily Maglio. Served by Ellis. Pass Greeley. Higgins sets up Mano Olival. She slams home the winner. Hawaii takes the opening stanza 25-20 against Oregon State on this final evening of the Chevron Rainbow Wahine Invitational. Ty playing on a Sunday and contributing in a big way.
Big Island Candies, the perfect place to find the perfect gift. Visit them at their flagship store in Hilo at Ala Moana Center or online at BigIslandCandies.com to see their amazing selection, including delicious chocolate-dipped shortbreads.
Well, Olivia McGill, Chris, got the Rainbow Wahine off on the right note in that first set.
Well, 3 rotations. She gets 3 kills and 3 blocks to start the match off. Pretty impressive.
Finished that opening stanza with 4 kills on 5 swings, 4 blocks, hitting 800. Olivia McGill is about as efficient a performer in the middle position as you will see in collegiate volleyball.
And she is intense, too. Even though Terry Leskevich has seen her 2 years when she was in Arizona, and now he's getting to see her tonight. He saw her 2 nights before this. I'm sure they gave a good scouting report on her. But clearly, McGill was just too much to handle.
She sort of described what she did in that first set last night when she said after the win against Wichita State, hey, look, tomorrow we take on a Pac-12 team, so their size is always going to be an issue. It's going to be incumbent on our blocking game and our middles to be effective. She followed her own advice.
She did. She really did.
It will be Taylor Higgins to serve here to start set number 2. Hawaii taking the opening set 25-20. Backlund sets up Marshall on the right side, and she split the uprights of the proposed block. It was Granado and McGill. So interesting to see McKenna Granado getting the start here in the second set.
Ricky Marshall picking up her 8th kill right there on the split block. Granado getting the start because one more rotation, she goes back to serve. That's where Dave shows you wants her. He wants her serving and playing some back row. I think Ty Mano Olival will come back in, and Granado rotates to the front.
And here is Granado. Freshman out of Punahou. Overpass, and Calais Greeley gobbles it up.
Credit Granado for forcing that overpass. Easy put down for Greeley.
Granado was the Star Advertiser State Player of the Year in 2014. Delivers an ace. Overpass, pounded down, follows it up with an ace. Granado's got it cooking from behind the service line.
And our first kill was a Wahine last night.
Just one of those typical local volleyball talents, right? Just the all-around game.
Yeah.
Set goes to Toner on the outside. Good touch there by Greeley. Diving save. Higgins sent over by Kahakai. Right side, the set to Driscoll. There was no return in that one. The block had not really formed for Hawaii, and Driscoll took advantage.
Nice free ball transition. Here's a pop-up by Higgins to keep the ball alive. And in that free ball transition, Oregon State looking very sharp in that back set. Great set by Backlund.
Reeder the serve. Left side set to Greeley. Diving save, Reeder. Nicely done. Now Toner, the dink. Well-timed and well-placed.
Credit Darby Reeder for that terrific dig. Popped it straight up. Kept the ball alive on her own side. Backlund with the back set. Toner with a little soft tip shot. Oregon State right back into this.
Oregon State coming off of one of its greatest seasons ever last year when they made it to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. Nikki Taylor, what a dig by Toner. That was mano a mano. Now Driscoll got roofed as Taylor was able to get up next to McGill and turn it back.
Driscoll's one of Oregon State's most powerful hitters. A lot of times she'll drive the ball right through the block or go high hands over, but not that time.
Ace dealt out of the deck by Savannah Kahakai. Meanwhile, Annie Mitchell getting the call at the other middle position here to start this second set. So she rotates into the front. Here's Kahakai again. Little set goes to Clark. And she pounds it home. Haley Clark is a fifth-year senior.
She's got a great story. She got hurt early on in her career and redshirted.
Saved by Driscoll. Mitchum with the dink. The long arm of 6'3" Annie Mitchum.
And Dave Shoji obviously unafraid to go to his bench, showing how deep this team is. Going to the third middle, Mitchum. Going to the third outside, Granada. Nice chip shot. Great camera that worked there.
Yeah,
who's working that camera? Oh, it's an invisible little elf up there.
Served by Taylor. Back row set goes to Marshall. Back up by Granado. Higgins sets up Taylor back row, and she went a little too hard towards us. I was aiming at you, Chris.
That's why they're inviting her to hit cross court. She has not been as sharp going cross court. Last night she showed that late in the contest against Wichita State. She loves that line now. She'll pound the line all night long.
5-7-6, here's Toner. About to rip into it. Handled well by Greeley. Step out to Mitchum, and it's going to be a Hawaii point. Clark interfered with it.
The ball was entirely on Hawaii's side of the net. Clark interfered with the set. Automatic point.
Came just prior to the set when Clark reached over to interfere with the Higgins setup for Mitchum. 7 serving 5. Now here's Greeley. Toner. Well done. Swing from the back row. Lena Toner's having herself a little match. 5 kills on 12 swings.
Got some DNA going too. Dad played the Turkish national team. Mom was a runner for Russia.
He was destined for volleyball stardom.
Lennon Kills as a freshman. Last year got hurt. It was a very difficult year.
Really taking a swing from the back row. Dug up by Toner. Eyeing away. The set goes to Marshall. Blocked. And Ruth, Mitchum, and Higgins. You mentioned Dave Shoji dipping into the bench and the reserves. He hasn't had these kinds of privileges in that department for some time.
He's sure making the most of it now. He's bringing in another player, Johnny. Gunasso is coming in. She's been battling for that back row specialist spot with Claire Marie Anderson.
Touched over on the second hit by Backlund, but Taylor wasn't fooled. Greeley takes a swing, diving save by Buhner. Now Marshall, the dink, diving save Taylor. Then bumped over by Guinasso. Advantage for Oregon State. Siombalo on the step out. Saved by Taylor. She'll get the set from the back row and puts it down. What a sequence.
Now, there are some players who do not want to let the ball touch the floor. A great save to start with by Nikki Taylor. You don't see many 6'4" college players like that go to the floor like she does.
Nikki Taylor, who had 19 digs through the first 2 matches of this tournament, coming up with all kinds of saves on that last sequence, in Hawaii with the timeout up 4.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Order Cable, is sponsored by Straub.
Back here at the Stan Sheriff Center, Hawaii already up 1-0, hitting 311 for the match, Chris, versus 148 for Oregon State, and Gianna Guinasso again to serve it into play. 10-6 Hawaii here in the second. Middle set, McGill rising high, but a good touch at the net. So now Toner from the back row, the dink, right there's Guinasso. Greeley from the back row, good save by Buhner. Toner again from behind the line. Guinasso again with the save. Taylor. Toner with the diving save. She's all over the place, but has to send a free ball the Rainbow Wahine's way. Now Manu Olevao can't finish it yet. Saved by Taylor as it went over the net. And it's going to be a mishandle by Higgins and a point for Oregon State after that long rally.
Credit the Beavers for picking up a lot of balls. They were close to the four, close to going down. They just kept them alive. Toner, a primary digger that time. Hawaii just could not convert in transition. Patient Oregon State team that time.
We know a very potent Oregon State team, so at any time they can put together a good run. Marshall took something off. Taylor again to save. Manolevao up the ladder, off the block. Marshall there. Backlund, back set. Driscoll, and a net violation called against Hawaii. It's going to be another point for the Beavers.
Driscoll's been hitting negative all night. Finally, she gets hitting 0-0-0. She's got 3 kills now, 3 errors. Very important for her. As you can see, the time on her ball to hit the net. Very important for Driscoll to get off the schneid because she's a very important part of their offense. All 3 pin hitters for Oregon State, vital to their success.
Yeah, Driscoll actually had a pretty woeful opening night of the season. Hit negative 211 versus Wichita State. They actually pulled her out of that match, but she bounced back in a big way last night against Idaho, hitting 14 kills, hitting .333.
She had a terrific night last night.
Manolevao, she ripped into it, but right there was a Reeder. Marshall blocked. Driscoll was handcuffed. Now Marshall will soft touch it over. Back set to Taylor against a solo block. Hard to stop Nikki Taylor one-on-one.
Who caused that one-on-one? Olivia McGill. She's been so good tonight that they're committing, Oregon State's committing on her every time. They're committing a blocker, which means when the pin hitters get the set, they got a one-on-one advantage hitter.
Nice serve by Higgins. Good pass by Reeder. Driscoll from the outside. Yeah, Driscoll getting into a little bit of a groove here.
Driscoll at 6'5", and she's got range, she's got size, she's got power.
McGill, so smooth.
McGill doesn't always hit the ball 90 miles an hour, but she finds a way to find the floor, avoid the block most of the time.
McKenna Granado now to serve. Backlund goes to Driscoll. Touch at the net by Greeley. Bump set by Kahakaida Taylor. The angle worked that time. That was a monster pummeling.
Nikki Taylor become quite a versatile player, showing that she can hit that angle as well as anymore. She's not just strictly a line hitter.
And we have to start commenting on the placement of some of these sets by Taylor Higgins tonight. They've been in the sweet spot.
She really has delivered up some hittable balls.
And an ace delivered by Granado, and a timeout taken by Oregon State. Hawaii pulling away, up a half dozen in set number 2. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. Chris.
We'll check out Olivia McGill and see how she draws a lot of attention. There goes an Oregon State blocker up with her, which leaves Nikki Taylor all by herself on the outside, and hitters love that. There you see it again. The blocker going up, committing with Olivia McGill.
Someone's got to get to this third touch. Nobody did. The Beavers caught looking at each other as it falls to the floor on their side of the net. So a delayed ace, if you will, for McKenna Granado. 16 serving 9. And that one, she caught a little bit fat. Sends it long. 4-1 all-time against Oregon State. The last meeting, though, was won by the Beavers by way of a sweep. That was back in 2007 in the A6 Invitational here at the Stan Sheriff Center. And Haley Clark doing her thing up front for Oregon State.
So the commit in the middle is working that time. Good pass. McGill's up there. She'll get a blocker and go with it.
Right back to McGill goes Higgins, and McGill sends it long. So in a rare sequence, a couple of chances in the middle, bearing no return for Hawaii. Higgins this time goes outside to Greeley, one-on-one, and she beat Toner.
Again, I think Oregon State was thinking that on a good pass that Higgins might repeat and go back to Higgins, go back to McGill. Instead, goes outside of the pin-hitter Greeley, and she delivers.
Bahakai sends it into the twine. 13 serving 17 coming up, and Caitlin Driscoll back.
Right here. Don't let her tip.
Brings the heat. Bahakai handles it well. Middle set to Mitchum. How about that for some heat? Annie Mitchum starting to get her Division I legs under her.
And if the connections still continue between Higgins and her middles, whether it be Maglio, Mitchum, or McGill, they're going to draw so much attention that the outside pin hitters are going to have a field day going up against only one blocker.
Back row, that's Marshall. Good touch at the net. Step out, Mitchum. Dug up by Buhner. Beautifully done. The set in the middle wasn't timed well, so Hawaii a free chance. Middle set, Mitchum. Right there is Reeder. Now Toner from the outside. She went hard angle. That was nicely executed. A point for Oregon State.
Great angle shot by Toner. She had two blockers up. Only place she could really go was angle, and she delivered. This little wrist away shot.
Overpass, Clark put it down. Middle set, Mitchum. Right there is Reeder. Reeder's had Mitchum's number the last couple attempts, but Toner that time hammers it way out. Hawaii back up by a handful.
Now had a good run through the back row. Mona Olival coming in for her in the front row.
Two-handed by Toner on the Greeley serve. Marshall, that one tight to the net. Stays on Oregon State's side. Marshall gets a full swing this time. Greeley the dig. Now Mona Olival up the ladder, off the block. Played off the net. Clark dinks it over and somehow makes it work.
That ball was up for grabs at the net. Clark, she's not a small middle blocker, by the way. Penny Clark at 6'5", all those balls that are above the net like that, 50-50 plays, she can tap them down very easily without a jump.
Taylor from the back row. That's her 10th kill, Chris.
She's validating last night's performance.
Came into this match through 2 nights, averaging 5.3 kills per set.
I think it might lead the country. We haven't seen the statistics yet, but I think it'll be coming out pretty soon, but it'll be right near the top of the country for sure.
Guinasso with the serve. Outside it goes to Marshall. Diving save Greeley. Wow, bump set to Mona Olival from off the net. And it goes off of the forearms of Seumalo and down.
Two of the things that Ty Mona Olival does best, I think. On broken play, she just takes the step close. There's a great dig by Greeley. One step, close, boom, bangs. She's got a great arm swing, put some heat on it. The other blocker decided to go down, not even go up, and it was advantage of Mona Olival.
Seumalo. Transfer from Southern Idaho. Was an all-region selection as a freshman and a sophomore over there. As I mentioned, her ties to Hawaii and Seumalo family.
Had a great first night against Wichita State. 5 kills, hit 625, had a couple of blocks.
Backlund. Again, the unorthodox approach. But unable to come up with any results there. So 22 serving 16 here. by Toner on the Higgins serve. Delay middle set to Marshall. And she pounds one to the floor.
They'll move Marshall all over the place because she's a marked person when she gets to the Pac-12. They'll be all over her. So they'll move her all along the net now, not just leave her on the left side to swing.
She's already taken 28 swings, but delivers an ace there. Oregon State within 4.
Dave Shoji will not let it get within 3. He'll call a timeout before it gets less than that, but great jump float.
Another ace. Back to back, and Oregon State right back in the picture here in the second set.
Dave Shoji see enough. He wants to stop momentum of Mary-Kate Marshall. This ball's moving all over the place, and Greeley and Kahakai can't decide who's going to take it. I think they each thought it might go out, but it was moving so much. It was going to die at some point there, and it did.
And by contrast to what some of the other players behind the service line for Oregon State have done tonight, where they're bringing the hard and heavy heat, that serve there by Marshall serves as quite the changeup.
Exactly.
Oregon State, again, in the preseason AVCA rankings, just outside the top 25 among the others receiving votes. But by all accounts, this is, as always, a very deep Pac-12 conference, but maybe a Pac-12 conference that is aligned with a little more parity than what we've seen typically from year to year.
Exactly. I've checked with several sources from the mainland. They say it's one of the most balanced leagues in a long time. Stanford might be a cut above. With SC's upset this weekend, they may be up there. But the other 10 or 11 teams, it's up for grabs. Oregon State's picked for 9th, but they could finish 2nd or 3rd very easily.
Yeah. There's been, as you mentioned, some early season upsets of ranked Pac-12 teams. UCLA, a team that went down.
Yeah, there was a surprise losing to the crosstown rival, Loyola Marymount. Mary-Kate Marshall's parents there, coming all the way from Texas.
Head coach Terry Liskevich talks about Mary-Kate Marshall, describes her as being wise above her years. Just a sophomore, but so in control of her game at all times. Sends it to that deep corner. Kahakai handles it. Now Taylor from the left side. Off the block, kept alive by Backlund. Toner got into it, but right there was Greeley. Here's Taylor again from the outside. Net violation against the Beavers, and that's a much-needed point to end the Oregon State run for Hawaii.
Caitlin Driscoll, I think, being a little bit too aggressive at the net, wanting to stuff block Nikki Taylor.
Taylor now with 11 kills, hitting .292. Granato to serve, 23 serving 19. Delay middle to Toner. Kahakai pops it up to the ceiling. Greeley has to send a free ball the Beavers' way. Can they scramble into transition? Toner gets a good swing at it, blocked. Kept alive, though, and Driscoll bumps it over. Advantage Hawaii. Middle set, McGill. Point Hawaii.
When in doubt, go to McGill and Taylor. There's a pretty good chance you're going to win the point. Smart set by Taylor Higgins.
So aloha ball here in the second. Floater by Renato. Middle set mistimed, pushed out by Driscoll. And that's how the second set comes to an end. Hawaii wins 25-19. They're up 2-0. They could be opening up the broom closet this Sunday evening. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the McDonald's match stats. Chris.
Well, obviously, Hawaii out-hitting Oregon State 309 to 156. That's an impressive number. Hawaii and Oregon is around 270. Blocking 7-3. No surprise there. Although what I'm impressed with is that with the two big teams, Hawaii now has that big front line. Now doubling up on an also large team out of the Pac-12. What really impressed me, though, in the first two sets was the fact that Dave Shoji's going to his bench. He's played 11 players already. Very impressive, and he hasn't even gone to Kendrick Hilsch yet or Megan Huff, two people he normally will go to.
Yeah, I think part of the reason is Taylor Higgins has played a phenomenal first couple of sets in this match. There have at times been some consistency issues, but she seems to be putting it in the right spot, making the right decisions. So far, a very, very stout match for Hawaii setter.
Yeah, she's getting better every night. You can tell that. I think that overseas experience helped her as well, playing against those tough teams in Europe. I think in camp she got better every day, and during this tournament she's gotten gradually better every day of this tournament.
Yeah, that European trip, it was a great story put together by Ryan Suji in the Game On portion of the broadcast. 14 days in May, 4 countries, 9 cities, 6 matches. They went to Italy, Slovenia, Austria, the Czech Republic. Now, most players cited Venice as their favorite city because they got to ride the gondola, the water taxis. Taimano Levau, interesting, she was said to have been on a mission every day to have one gelato, to enjoy at least one scoop of gelato every single day of the trip.
Not a bad mission. I like it. I like her style.
UH went 4-2 in those 6 matches, in those friendlies, as they call it. And there is the gelato lover, Taimano Levau, pumping it down for Hawaii. Now, speaking of gelato, that's actually sort of the carrot strung out in front of the Oregon State team for their efforts this season, right? By head coach Terry Liskevich.
Yeah, and he says if they can win back-to-back Pac-12 matches in any weekend, whether it's home or away, he's going to buy them all a gelato.
Apparently there's a phenomenal gelato place in Corvallis.
Francesca's. It's an amazing place. I've been there many times.
Next time I'm around that part of the country, I got to check it out.
It's worth it. Nice ace by Taylor Higgins.
Follows it up with a good serve, but a great pass by Reeder. Right side set goes to Marshall. Higgins with the dig. So Kahakai bump sets it to Nikki Taylor. And she hits it into the twine.
Nikki did not get her feet to the ball that time. She got a little lazy with her feet. One of the few errors she's made this tournament.
Served by Marshall. Middle set McGill. And again, yeah, that didn't have the smoke tailing off of it, but she found the perfect spot on the floor where no Beavers were. Best
part about that play, Taimano Levau with a perfect pass, something that she struggled with a little bit lately.
McKenna Granado in to serve.
Watch the inside X.
Diving pass by Reeder. Left side, this is Toner. Kahakai sticking the dig. Taylor, high hands, and down.
That time she got her feet to the ball. Higgins delivered a nice set. And Nikki knows how to hit those high hands, especially she knows she's playing against a bigger team, so she's got to hit high. If not, she'll get snuffed.
Another good call, another great placement by Higgins. Renato getting some serious playing time here on this Sunday. And a roof by McGill and Taylor.
One of the things that's helping Granado right now is that she's serving a really tough ball. I think that even though she hasn't gotten aces necessarily, she's forced the passes to come off the net like the 3-meter line almost every time.
There it is again. Right side, it's Driscoll, and she pounds it down. Now, McKenna Hollingsworth is the setter out there for Oregon State. So a change made by Terry Liskevich at the setter position. We heard the corner crew talking a little bit about that. Left side, the set goes to Driscoll. Off the block, right there is Reeder. Driscoll a second time, this time makes it work.
McKenna Hollingsworth, an interesting story. She's the backup setter. You see her set this high ball to the outside for Driscoll. She was a high school All-American down in San Diego. And in San Diego County, she led the county career for kills. So she's an outside hitter by trade, but has turned into a pretty good setter, and she's getting some good playing time now. She'll keep things a little simpler, I think, than Backlund does. Backlund's technically very tricky sometimes, and sometimes I think maybe fools the hitters or fools herself or whatever, but once in a while I think that Liskevich likes to get in, a little simpler setter.
Taylor takes a swing and pops it off of Toner's palms and down. Another good scramble play by Hawaii. They have been sharp tonight. They improvised when they've had to. They've been able to finish.
Drop in on the 2.
Right side. And that is Driscoll getting turned back by Calais Greeley. 1-on-1.
Calais Greeley could have easily gotten taken up by the hole in the block there and drifted inside. Instead, she stayed disciplined, stayed right on that line, and turned the ball back into the corner.
It's 8 serving 3. Hollingsworth sets up Toner on the outside, blocked by Taylor. Denied.
Not many times has Hawaii had blocking rotations where it's 6-2, 6-3, 6-4 across the front. That's pretty large. I'm not sure even you can hit over that block, you know?
Kahakai sends it into the net. For Nikki Taylor, 13 kills. The only player on the floor in double digits in that department. Also 7 digs and 5 blocks. 4 serving 9. Here's Driscoll. Tickles the tape. Granato on one knee with the pass. Middle set Mitchum. The dink sniffed out by Marshall. Middle set to Clark. Sends it long. Was there a touch? Nope. Point Hawaii.
Hey, Andy, keep working here. Keep working hard.
Rachel Buhner into the lineup. Last year she had 23 digs against Arizona. Played in 118 sets.
Nikki Taylor with a very good serve. Hawaii now in transition. Greeley from the outside, dug up by Marshall. Somebody's got to get the second touch. Hollingsworth was late to it, and it's a point for Hawaii. 11 serving 4. And a timeout taken by Terry Liskevich. The Rainbow Wahine very much in control, looking to close the deal.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Kaiser Permanente.
We join live action here at the Stan Sheriff Center as the step out works to Haley Clark to end the Hawaii run. Oregon State reeling to start this third set. Hawaii already up 2-0. It's 5 serving 11, and Corey Cheshire back to serve. So Terry Liskevich dipping into his reserve funds a little bit here in the third, if you will. Marshall, the dink right there is Nikki Taylor. Higgins goes high and away to Greeley against a solo block. Forget about it.
Tell you what made that play is Annie Mitchell started running a wide slide, took one of the blockers with her, which gave Greeley a 1-on-1. Hitters drool when they get that 1-on-1.
12 serving 5. Greeley slaps it over. Marshall comes flying in. Greeley sniffs out her attempt. Now Mitchum in the middle just flops it over the net. Advantage Oregon State. Clark on the step out, dug up by Greeley. Higgins goes backside to Taylor, blocked, pinballed around, and Kahakai sends it over. Advantage Beavers. Left side, Marshall off the fingertips, kept alive by Kahakai. Here's Manolevao up the ladder, dug up over the net by Buhner, and Manolevao with the free swing gets the point for the Rainbow Wahine. We even saw a smile right there from Ty. That's a wonderful thing to see.
Yeah, she's starting to have some fun. Good swing there on that overpass.
And an ace. That's always fun. Hawaii up 14-5. This is their largest lead of this third set. And a timeout taken by Oregon State. Rainbow Wahine are running away. Back here at the Stan Sheriff Center, 14-5. Hawaii trying to put a cap on an impressive performance thus far on this Sunday.
How about their hitting numbers in this third set? Hawaii hitting .438. Oregon State hitting negative .059. 3 kills, 4 errors.
The set not there, but it winds up on the Hawaii side of the net and sort of handcuffs Taylor Higgins. So Oregon State able to benefit from the fortuitous ricochet.
You saw another graphic just came up too. Hawaii with 10 blocks to Oregon State's 3. That's a bit of a surprise.
It should be repeated. This is a very good Oregon State team. Mano Leivao up the ladder and down the chute it goes.
Yeah, this is a team that returns
We're going to go
most
ahead
of their
and
starters.
we're going to go ahead and tag this the Fujitsu cool play of the match.
Mano Leivao goes up high, finds that seam and just drills it down. Got the good celebration. Smiles all around for the Rainbow Wahine.
And
that was cool.
And here is Tatiana Ponce with the serve for Hawaii. And then coming up with the dig. Higgins going out to tie. Off the block and out, point, Rainbow Wahine. It is all working right now. Every single string that Dave Shoji has pulled has turned out to be a good decision.
Here comes Kendra Kelch. I told you he'd get her in. Ty Mano Leivao 6 kills, no errors for Ty tonight, getting 429.
Remember, so much made about the decision whether or not to play on Sunday because of her allegiance to the LDS Church. And you have to imagine now that she has made a decision, she would have been supported either way. But yeah, maybe some of that pressure finally lifted and she can just focus on playing volleyball. There she is on the dig off the touch. Now Taylor, back row, makes it count.
Everything that Hawaii does right now just seems to turn to gold.
This is day 3 of the 2015 season, Chris. And this is an extremely impressive performance by Hawaii.
It really is. We got another freshman in the game. Casey Castillo just came in. Dave shows you making sure everybody gets to play in this tournament.
Marshall, diving save, Ponce. Couch to Taylor. Oh, hard angle just missed. Everybody seems to be bringing something to the table tonight. Here comes Annie Mitchum for the Rainbow Wahine.
It's close to the largest and the smallest right there. Martin Jeff.
So Mitchum comes in. Kahakai comes in for her. You want to explain that libero exchange, if you will, Chris?
Yeah, libero's got to stay out for one play. And she did.
Left side, here's Marshall. And that's going to go in for an Oregon State point.
Now, for those who aren't familiar with the libero situation, libero's got to stay out for one play. They can't set the ball from with their hands inside the 3-meter line. What most coaches do is they sub libero for the middles.
Mano Leivao pulled the string. Hawaii up a 10 spot.
Kelch is going to come out. Higgins back in. I think I would have left Kelch in. Let her play a little bit more. What do you think? Up 10? Let the sub play some more.
Hard to argue with
after all, it's 18-8. She is the closer, isn't she?
She's the closer, yeah. But, hey, hard to argue with the guy who's been doing it for 41 years. You know what I mean?
You're right.
It's turned into a get-fat type of set 3 for Hawaii as Taylor and McGill putting up the wall on the Emily Wilmus swing. This is amazing.
This is not what I would have expected.
Marshall dug up two-handed style by Higgins. Kahakai bump set to Taylor from off the net down the line. The dig by Ellis. The middle set to Wilmus's block, patted around. Now Marshall, fingertips of the block, diving save Higgins. Kahakai sets up Taylor, she'll just free ball it over. Advantage Beavers. Outside it goes to Wilmus, the dink. Right there is Higgins, so Kahakai sets up Taylor. She'll get a full swing this time and delivers. Kill number 15 for Nikki Taylor.
Did a much better job of getting her feet to the ball that time. Got a nice swing cross court. Good set by Kahakai. Well-formed block, but Nikki Taylor just too much angle.
A few moments being taken to wipe up some perspiration off of the Terraflex. UH Athletics reaches out to you online each week with updates and promotions through its H-Mail e-newsletter. To register, visit hawaiiathletics.com and click on the H-Mail button. It's simple and it's free. Higgins has been serving the ball very well this evening as well. Driscoll dug up by Kahakai. Higgins tracks it down, sets up Ty, and she hammers it.
Oh, she's got it all going on now after a shaky start. She's got 8 kills now, no errors for Ty Olival. And here comes Megan Huff for Nikki Taylor. Nikki Taylor gets a big round of applause.
So Dave Shoji has cleared the bench. Megan Huff in there, and Ty Olival having fun this evening, and that's something that stands out. Great to see. Her playing well. Appears to be enjoying it as well. Wilmus is dug up by Higgins. Bump set to Ty, the dink. Sniffed out by Backlund. Chance for Hawaii here. Here's Huff through the block. Good save by Backlund. Set goes right side to Marshall. Diving save by Kahakai, but only momentarily.
We got to remember the rivalry between Dave Shoji and Terry Liskevich. But the last time Liskevich was here, in 2007, I believe, Hawaii was heavily favored to win. I think Oregon State won 3-0.
By a sweep, yeah. Huff took something off, and there it is. Megan Huff with the kill. First of the 2015 season for her.
Basketball player converted to a volleyball player on a basketball scholarship now. Pulling out the little soft shot there, showing some finesse, does Megan Huff.
Crowd's loving it. Here's Granado to serve. Wilmus through the blocking down.
Granado with 3 aces on the night. She served more times than anybody else. 13 times has Granado served. She's been a big point getter for Rainbow Wahine. Nice shot by Wilmus to go through the hole in the block.
Pass by Castillo. McGill. That's kill number 9 for her. She's hitting over 400, so just yet another day at the office for Olivia McGill. 23 serving 10. Not many would have predicted this. And again, Hawaii with the advantage. Higgins back sets Huff. The dink rattled around and sent over. Mitchum with the first touch for Hawaii. Set outside. Castillo. Beavers on the attack. It's Cheshire blocked back. Now right side, Wilmus. Right there is Huff. Higgins, where does she go? Outside. Castillo, the freshman. Off the block, Mitchum handles it. Now Huff pounds it through the hands for a Hawaii point. And they rise here at the Stan Sheriff Center.
I watched Huff play like this all the last 2 weeks in camp. She's been marvelous. Nice to see her get some PT playing time.
Overpass. Hawaii looking to finish. Mitchum blocked, kept alive by Higgins. Clark puts it down and she'll prolong things. Aloha ball, 11 serving, 24. Higgins sets up Huff against a double block. Kept alive by Backlund. Cheshire into the net. And this one's Powell. Hawaii not only sweeps against Pac-12 member Oregon State, but they do it in dominant fashion. The Rainbow Wahine taking the title of the Chevron Rainbow Wahine Invitational and starting the 2015 campaign a perfect 3-0.
Very, very impressive, to say the least. I can't wait to hear Dave Shoji's comments here in a couple minutes when Scott Robbs interviews him, because if he doesn't give his team an A for performance, or A- at least, he's not watching the same game we are. Love the way he got everybody into play tonight. Love Ty Olival's play tonight. Inspirational. 8 kills, 17 tries. 0 errors for Ty tonight, hitting .471. Granado coming in, playing back row for Olival. She gets 3 aces and passes almost perfectly. Just one story after another how well Rainbow Wahine played tonight.
It came together for Dave Shoji's crew here on this Sunday. Dave Shoji is standing by with Scott Robbs. Let's send it over there. Scott.
All right, thanks a lot. Quinoa Dave is yelling at his assistants for a second to make sure he has everything. Here he is. All right, the Happy Dave showed you. You have to be very pleased with this weekend in general and tonight particularly.
Well, extremely pleased. I wasn't sure how we were going to bounce back after a tough match last night, but our women just sucked it up, and they played hard. It wasn't real emotional. We didn't have to be, but we played efficiently.
You're a former substitute teacher and a teacher as well. What would you give your team a grade for this weekend?
Well, I have to be happy for almost all the team. I mean, Ty struggled a little bit, but, you know, she hung in there, and she was a little bit better at the end there. But, I don't know, B.
That's it?
B. Yeah, of course. We got
him an A.
Well, Chris is Chris.
And class.
No, we need to get better, though. I mean, we can get better, and we have to get better. So we'll have to get better if we're going to win next week. So we'll go back to the practice gym on Tuesday and see if we can get better.
You know, you mentioned Ty and the chance that you started this last night, Granado coming in the back row for her. So Ty really only has to concentrate up front. That seems to have taken some pressure off her.
Well, you know, when she has a bad pass, it seems to affect her in the front row. So we decided maybe to take that off of her. And, you know, she responded pretty well. And, you know, again, her serve can be a weapon, but if she misses a couple, then that still affects her front row, which, you know, she can't let that happen. But we're going to just mix and match and see what's the best for the team.
Well, congratulations. And somebody said I have to mention this to you, that you had as many hits as the Dodgers did tonight.
They're pretty sad, but they're in first place ahead of somebody, your Giants.
Yeah. All right, Dave, thanks a lot.
All right.
All right, Dave Shoji, back to you guys.
Dave Shoji, in typical Dave fashion, getting the last word. Let's take a look at the Bank of Hawaii players of the match. Mary-Kate Marshall, 12 kills, 5 digs, 2 aces. Olivia McGill, just efficient as always, 9 kills, hit .438 to go along with 7 blocks. Nikki Taylor led Hawaii in kills again, 15 on 32 attempts, hit .281 with 8 digs and 6 blocks. So Dave showed you maybe he's got to start grading on the curve, because that was a pretty good performance we saw tonight as the Rainbow Wahine go ekahi e lua aloha against Oregon State. But he gives him a B, and all that means, Chris, is the expectations that he has for this team, they're up there.
Yeah, they really are, and I think he's cautious because he's got Iowa coming in next week. They're a very good Big Ten team. He's got American coming in. They went 4 with number 4 ranked Florida this weekend, and he's got UCLA. The Bruins are always tough, so he knows his schedule is tough, and he's very cautious. He's gonna not let these girls get big heads. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, if tonight is an indication, then this is a Hawaii team that has the potential to make this potentially a special 2015 campaign.
I agree completely.
Absolutely. So they start 3-0. Good opening weekend. As you mentioned, Chris, a tough tournament around the corner again next weekend, and that's when we will see you once again. So for Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. So long from the Stan Sheriff Center. Stay tuned for the post-game show, and we will see you next week. Aloha, everybody.